we meet in a very special place. Our hotel is one block from a place called Meeting Street, and I think that name is very appropriate. Meeting Street was home to a very unusual pair of friends. An African-American teacher named Septima Clark, and further down Meeting Street, the white judge, former white supremacist, named Judge Watties Waring. Their friendship, their unusual friendship, made a lot of history. In 1916, Septima Clark, a teacher, a principal, an activist, taught 130 children with just one other teacher, 6 miles from here. Across the street, she made $35 a week. Across the street in the white school, which had 3 teachers total, 3 students total, 1 teacher, the teacher made $85 a week. This was the kind of inequality that people experienced here in Charleston. Judge Waring scandalized Charleston society by ruling some decades later that teachers, regardless of their race, must be paid the same. That outraged the community and began what was a radical turn for him. Judge Waring, to understand the black experience of Charleston, needed his friendship with Septima Clark. But to understand it fully, he turned to international perspectives. He read Gunnar Myrdal, the Swede who tried to understand the way the U.S. and the South approached race. Septima Clark needed the judge to understand politics. The judge felt that the only way to change the face of the South was through federal intervention, top-down government intervention. Septima Clark had a different vision. She believed in education, and civic education mattered. So she founded the citizenship schools. Those citizenship schools taught people here, and then it spread around the South. It was eventually taken over by the Southern Christian Leadership Council. Those seminars made a profound difference and taught thousands of people. Those people became the backbone of the civil rights movement. She went to Tennessee, to the Highlander Center in 1954. There, she trained, or had in one of her seminars, Rosa Parks. Just a few months later, Rosa Parks started the sit-in on the bus that led to the famous boycott. In Montgomery, they selected Martin Luther King to lead that. He was not yet convinced of the value of nonviolence, but he had a very unusual friend himself, someone many of us had never heard of, named Bayard Rustin. Bayard Rustin had traveled to India to study nonviolence with Gandhi, although Gandhi had been killed by the time he got there, and Gandhi's associates. So it was the international experiences and the unusual friendships that did so much to lead to the embrace of nonviolence and the success that happened through the civil rights movement. And it came from these 2 unusual friendships. Martin Luther King's friendship with Bayard Rustin is largely unknown because Bayard Rustin was a homosexual. So we don't get it in our school books, we don't hear about it, it's invisible. These blind spots that we have, the simplistic stories we tell, the way Rosa Parks has become just a tired old lady on a bus instead of an activist, the way Martin Luther King has been deified, cover up what we need to know to understand social change. They've covered up the way that thousands of ordinary people were extraordinary to make things happen. And these stories happened here, and they happened on Meeting Street. So the world flows through Charleston, from the slave markets to the Comparative International Education Society. And yet it's these 2 things, the international perspectives and experiences, and the unusual friendships that do so much to make this happen. So we hope that while you're here, you will both engage the place and get to know Charleston. And part of that is the Avery Institute that's featured on page 99 of your guide. They are ready to receive us and share the museum where Septima Clark's papers are held, just down the street here. I hope that you'll take advantage of it during this coming week. But in addition to engaging with the place and getting to experience Charleston and understand Charleston, I really hope that you will also engage with the unusual friendships that are available here. These friendships can do so much to widen our perspectives and create new connections that lead to the kind of changes that people like Cynthia McClark and Judge Waring were able to achieve. So in that spirit, we hope that this conference not only stimulates your mind and fires your spirit, we hope that it inspires unusual friendships, friendships enriched by our differences, secured by what we have in common, and informed by the place where we are. And on behalf of the University of South Carolina, we extend our hands and offer you welcome to this special place. Thank you.